You want to say something, Helen?
I'll let you lead with it and then I'll add something later.
So I spoke to Helen yesterday. Helen, I believe now is 87, and we spoke yesterday, but before that she sent me something which I'm reading. It is time for me to speak about the time Ramana Maharishi came to me in spirit form 13 years after he left the body. That was back in the early 1960s. I think to be precise, 1963 when we spoke. I was on holidays and playing with my two young children on a beach in Victoria, Australia. I noticed sitting a short distance away on a sand dune an Indian yogi wearing a white loincloth, cross legged in deep meditative stillness. He sat in those same position for quite a while, not a flinch, scratch, or stir. We left the beach to go back to the caravan for lunch and sleeps. However, the next morning when I arrived at the beach, this man was sitting in exactly the same place as the day before. During the morning, my curiosity was aroused and my attention was now drawn towards him for another 2 days. This Indian yogi in the white loincloth appeared on the beach near us. By the fourth day, I had moved quite close to him. As the children played and made their sandcastles beside me, I waited for him to open his eyes and speak. About what I had no idea, but he never opened his eyes once. Then, on the night of the fourth day, something awakened me from my sleep in the caravan, and standing there in front of me was my Indian yogi in his white loincloth. Our gaze met as he stood in silence. I had no fear or thought, and I thought it strange that he was standing there and at some point he just disappeared and was gone. It has taken a lifetime to comprehend the powerful impact Ramana had made on my life 60 years ago, silently transmitting me divine grace that led me toward my destiny, creating an extraordinary spiritual life beyond imagination. It only became known to me in 2020 that my yogi in his white loincloth is the same man we honor in the conscious circle satsang group as being the Saint Ramana Maharishi. The man I had seen on the sand dunes all those years ago was not a man of flesh and bone, but a visitation by his divine presence. To finish this reflected revelation, I used the wise saint's own quote: the sage appears as a body when seen through your mind, but he is truly bodiless always, and so are you. Thanks to be a Ramana, I rest in I am awareness of inner peace and joy, my true nature, by the divine gift of God's loving grace, leading to oneness with all that is. Regards, Helen Harbin. So Helen saw videos on Conscious Circle and she approached me and we spoke. And that grace stays always, that grace never goes. Helen, do you want to say anything else?
Now I've got it. I'm not used to using all the new technology very well. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for reading that out. And yesterday, where Sanjay realised that there was still something else in me, hidden in me, like in all of us. And with his gentle love and probing, I came to that big hidden thing in me. And I am one step closer to being free and together in that oneness. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you so much. Sometimes we wonder that why all this happens in someone's life. Bhagwan or a sage or that self reveals in so many forms, connects, even when you have not asked. And then there is someone who is longing for that truth, putting so much of efforts and nothing is happening. But I'll tell you, our interior plays in very different ways. Whenever there is intense longing for that absolute, or somehow intense aversion from this projected mind, something changes in us. Sometimes both things happens together. You're longing for truth and your disinterest for all that is being projected through mind. And that awakens you. Seeing Bhagwan after he's left his body is not a new thing. So many have seen. We see people who have already left body in our dreams. And as Bhagwan's quote, dream and this word has no difference. Dream is short and this, what we see, is longer. To be in this dream and be awake, eternally awake, is entering into the domain of reality. Reality as you. That pure awareness which has no name, no form. which is changeless, which is you, which is me, which is everything. It is hidden only because you're not interested in it. Once you know it, then everything speaks out about that only. Right now, the mind is focusing on things and beings and situations, on thoughts. It's blind to that self, that awareness. It is like a mode switch on your air con. You can have heat or cold, not both together. You change the mode, it changes the environment. You change the mode of mind, recognizing that pure awareness. Then everything is awareness. Know that truth in your heart. This knowing is not knowing a thing or an object. It is receding into it. Recognizing that is what you are. That pure silence, which is before any thought, it is also there during thought, and it is after the thought. Silence is the substrata on which thoughts arises, and you are that silence. Even when you think you are this mind, in reality you are this silence. When you open your mouth and you know this silence speaks from your mouth. All your actions comes from this silence. Externally, it may or may not be recognized by others. that also depends on their own longing, their own tuning into it. If they are looking into this bandwidth of pure self and they come close to you, they will know it. But if they are on bandwidth of ego, their mode is ego, then they will see ego even in a sage. Probably more. They can be repulsive from this pure energy. Because this pure energy looks like it is watching you, perhaps analyzing you, trying for you to give away this ego, as if it is judging anyone. It is like you have come in front of a scanner. You can't hide anything. You cannot. Ego has no power to hide anything from pure awareness. So, for an ego to survive, it would be good that it does not come close to pure awareness, internally or externally. If you want to save ego, then don't visit any sage, don't attend satsang, don't contemplate on pure self. If your ego is surviving, that is because you want it there. Pure awareness is pure love. It has no dyads, opposites. It is not mood. It is not mind, which keeps changing from love to hate, hate to love. Listen to your own pure silence. It is blessing all of us all the time, constantly. Even when you think you are body-mind. It has a voice of intuitiveness, voice of silence, voice of peace. If you want to listen to it, You have to keep quiet. Keep quiet as ego. It is the most wise man, full of wisdom in all of us. It only speaks when the other person creating duality stops speaking. All thought serves ego. Awareness don't need any support. It survives with or without body. You are that uninvolved observer. Start your journey inwardly in solitude, in satsang. Establish yourself firmly in your heart. Pay attention to that pure awareness which has no ownership of anything. The one in us which owns everything will disappear when you start observing. This is power of attention. Without judging, your observation as a detached observer will bring you to the heart, which we call as Paramatma, Brahman, Self, pure awareness. Our journey is only changing the mode from mind to the heart, from a doer to a witness, from restless to stillness. Don't get lost in all these thoughts. These thoughts are only part of this dream world. They help to propagate this word only. Let them do their job and you stay as pure awareness. Fully immersed in your own bliss, ever contented and happy. Nothing to do, nothing to achieve. Though activities continue, but you stay unaffected by all activities. You are pure awareness, nothing else. pure awareness. All what you see is also pure awareness. All is self. No self in this body, and you will know self in every body, in everything. If everything is self, then there is no place for hate. And if everything is self, there is no place for fear. What can threaten you? Your own self? From outside appearance, a person can look threatening, aggressive, but he or she is also carrying that same pure self, full of unconditional love. Full of peace. Love others not because they are others. Love them because they are self. They are you. You are in everyone. If you find it difficult to detach and I stay as uninvolved witness, then you can follow path of attachment, attached to everything but equally. Both ways you can be free. But that attachment should be choiceless. Then love everyone equally. Attach equally. All what you see, your friends, enemies, relatives, neighbors, whoever, whatever they practice or not practice, they are all coming through projection of your own mind. And the substrata is that pure awareness, what you are. You only are manifesting as many. Know this truth, not intellectually, know within yourself. Enter into the core of your real being. Discover this truth. And be free forever. From all emotional bondages. Live your life as a witness. Pure awareness only witnesses. But its witnessing has its own power. Only through this pure witnessing unmanifest becomes manifest. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay.